Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Just pretty early into this job here. We are delivering cars. Oh, of course, right off the bat, we get a speeding violation of $600 because I had to pass a cop, didn't I? That's how you know you're starting off right. Yeah, we've got a $17,000 job income here with plenty of time to get there. Plenty of fuel, plenty of rest. Like to occasionally get a third person look at it because it's cool to actually see all the cargo I'm carrying and all that. I'm gonna go ahead and get over because I don't need to exit. Volume turned up slightly. Let's get back on the road. Yeah, so we have cars we're taking to our San Francisco destination. 17,500 pounds, which is actually quite light. Probably one of the lightest loads I've taken, which is ironic when you think about cars, but they can, you know, pack quite a bit of stuff into the regular van trailers. So I think one of the biggest loads I've done, which was actually tires, I believe, at 40-some thousand pounds just in the trailer. So I think I saw something about steep grades coming up, so we're going to be going through some hilly areas here. Probably should get over into the truck lane because I probably will lose a lot of momentum. Going up these hills, you can already hear the truck starting to lose speed. I've already lost about 10 miles an hour. Oh, it looks like a truck's overheated or something up here, I'm not sure. Downshift. That guy's not pulling a haul, so of course, you know, he can haul ass on by. Runaway truck ramp. Well, we're not running away yet. I'm sticking in 8th gear, so we're not really, can't go too much faster. The automatic, that'd be interesting to ever have to use. Didn't think it was that quite steep, but you know. Like we're merging onto another interstate here. We're keeping on the same one. I'm actually not sure. Quite a bit of traffic on the roads. Nice day. It's a lot warmer in game anyways, is where I'm in. Real life. Get that third person look. It's almost harder to drive for me than first. I'm so used to first person. Got the beacons running. It feels appropriate with a cargo load. Yeah, something definitely not used to third-person driving. It's already hard enough to keep it straight with the keyboard steering. But when I'm in first person, I'm more used to it. So it's interesting though sometimes to see these different perspectives while nothing's really going on. That was a cool look by the cop cruising by. And of course I could probably cause a fucking accident if I'm not careful. I did it for the views. I wanted it to go viral. Okay, so we got a way station coming up. Gotta pull off, and I've only had to stop at a way station a couple times now. And I'm still not really sure if you can be overweight. That sometimes happens. This should not be the case with this remotely close at all because of this this 17,000 load isn't even remotely close. But I wonder with those heavier loads if it's possible to go over. Yeah, vehicle gross weight 49,000 pounds, max is 85,000 I believe, so we're easily in the clear. Now, I don't recall looking at my gross weight when I had that 40-some thousand pound tire load, but I'm pretty sure it had to be close then. Looks like it's traffic clear, so we're good to merge over. Kind of tired of getting speeding tickets, even though people are flying by me, and I got a speeding ticket for doing 5 over earlier, so at least they don't pull you over. Just get a speeding violation, you get the fine, penalized, whatever, but at least they don't pull you over, because that would actually probably hurt you worse. You ever hear with the old saying, the wheels aren't turning, you aren't earning? It would be cool though. I actually kind of wish that happened. The first time I had a cop turn his lights on here, I thought I was gonna have to pull over, and then he just passed me and kept going, and it took my money. So we're in California, heading towards San Francisco, passing through Oakland. You can tell we're in California because look at the windmills. California probably has to be the most environmental conscious state in the United States, from what I've heard. They've got all kind of laws and They've got a lot more trucker regulations about idling and things like that. Luckily, it's just a game, so we don't have to deal with that. But so you know, they're concerned about their energy efficiency and stuff like that too. Still got mostly the base game. I haven't really experimented with any, well, it is just the base game. Haven't experimented with any mods until the first mod I just recently tried, which was multiplayer. Didn't play it very long because the people I intended to play with were not on, and I'm not sure I'm too impressed with it so far. There's no in-game NPC traffic at all, so you're like the only trucks or vehicles you see on the road at all, from what I saw so far, was real player trucks. So it was very weird because it was mostly empty and it was like you're driving down abandoned interstate roads and stuff. It took away a little bit of the feel for me. So I might be interested to see what kind of mods are out there to make the game more interesting. It's pretty interesting enough for me right now, so I haven't worried about it. I did see someone, I don't know if there's a way to zoom in at all on here. I think I watched a stream once and the guy tried to keep it ultra realistic, so he had like basically all HUD off. He had the GPS HUD in the bottom right off, and he would like zoom in on that. If you can actually see, the GPS is actually active there on my dashboard. So he would we need to get over here for whatever reason. Construction. I like how the cones are like 2 feet from everything happening, so and of course I immediately have to get right back over and get off this exit here. Oh, rolling back like I did one other time. Oh, luckily this time I stopped myself from hitting anybody. That's what happens when you don't downshift properly coming up a hill. Basically didn't downshift quick enough to the proper gear, and I lost all pull. I have accidentally backed into someone on here once doing that, and luckily I at least saved it this time. got a in-game ETA time of 1 hour and 52 minutes, which is easily on schedule for the earliest delivery they expect. I think you can technically do it sooner on here, but got plenty of time before it would even be considered late at all. Already 10 minutes or so in-game time has passed, just to give you an idea how quick it is. I don't know what the exact ratio is, but we're so close. I'm considering my driver is pretty rested. I still have half a tank of fuel. So I'm thinking that I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna make any stops yet for fuel or rest. Already down to 1 hour and 22 minutes ETA, so it's already been 30 minutes since I first mentioned it in game time, which really was only like a few minutes, 5 minutes ago, if that. So I have a feeling this this back here at the drop location won't be too complicated, because it's a car dealership after all, either a small or a big one. Even if I don't know if they have like transportation hubs or whatever, if you will, for this kind of stuff, but I figure either way it can't be anything too complicated, because they're kind of expecting, well, I mean, most places obviously expect their deliveries, but I have a feeling it won't be anything too complicated here, but we'll see when we get there. And considering I'm still new to this, even the most simpler backs might be a challenge for now. Could just say screw it and haul ass and take whatever tickets I get. Looks like some of the heaviest traffic I've seen in game. It's speed limit's 50 miles an hour and traffic just slowed down to about 30. Seeing a lot of brake lights. Going into about 9:30 at night. It's about time the sun kind of got dark. It got darker. The sun finally really set. Oh, look at that. I wasn't even paying attention. We're already pretty much at our destination. Wow. You can see it on the GPS down there. Traffic is getting heavy though. Probably because we're getting up here in the city. Right next to a logging truck. Well, that ain't no logging truck, I'm blind. It's some type of piping. Interesting place. Huh. Okay. Whoa. This is really not what I was expecting. It looks like we're actually taking the cars to be shipped by cargo. And that one's damaged. I don't know if they had ports over here or what. I honestly don't know. We're not right on the ocean, of course, but do they put cars in those things? We do look like we're at some kind of... Anyways. Alright, so we got our different back options. Well, this one's pretty much a straight. Kind of explained this before. Most experienced for doing it exactly where they want. So it looks like in the middle right over here. Okay. Maybe a little harder than I expected it to be, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because I kind of expected to be taken to some kind of car place. If you look, this is kind of a weird location to be randomly putting cars, I guess. I don't know, it just looks kind of strange. It's actually in between a somewhat tight spot there. I think I got plenty of room here. Oh, maybe not. Actually, see, this is one of those things where this is why I'm a rookie driver, because this should actually be mostly simple. I think it's harder for me simply because there's something on either side of the back spot, but this is probably nothing for someone who's experienced. Still a little more than I expected, simply because we are hugging that wall, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Hey, I kind of like this. Kind of happy with it. I think this is going to be doable. Close enough, anyway. Might have to adjust it slightly, but put it literally where they want it. I'm kind of off over there a little bit. I don't know if they're going to accept this or not. Yeah, they did. It's not too off. I mean, you can tell. Yeah, see a little bit. Nothing major though. The specific green about half the spot, but I actually liked how I ended up managing to get that in there decently, just hugging that wall. Good enough for me. Yeah. Pretty good. Looks like we got a level up out of that. Decent bit of cash. Decent bit of experience. So we'll be able to use another skill point now and get bonus money and be able to increase delivery distance, stuff like that, depending on what I want to pick. If I do this one, which I haven't put any points in yet, so that'd be kind of cool. I could actually save a little bit of fuel, which would not only save me money, of course, but make me be able to travel longer without stopping. So let's go with that for now. I've been putting 1 point in everything till I got at least a point in it. Got new upgrades since we leveled up. Cabin deflector. Rim changes if I'm interested. Hub cover. Really might eventually upgrade my engine here, transmission, but right now I think I'm fine with what I got. Not bad, not bad. I could see why they would want it to the right a little more, but to be fine for any driver to pull in there and pull it out. In fact, it actually gives them a little more room, I think, to pull out without hitting that red trailer there. But so now, before we pick a load, whoa. Actually, I could pick a load before I figure out where I'm going to stop and get gas and whatnot. But like right here, these cars, it's sorted by price, so these are the most expensive, the most cash out I could get right here for a load. Fragile delivery, standard delivery, whereas this one's considered a high value cargo, an important delivery, and it's 44,000 pounds, so it's something that'd be a lot closer. That mobile barrier, that would be interesting to deliver. It's literally only 500 pounds. You're just pulling the barrier itself. I'm actually surprised it doesn't weigh more than that, really, because it's still it's like the barrier itself. But we don't really want to pick that because that's the green is the starting destination. So gotta turn that music off. The in-game music's clashing with the music I got playing. Rumble Stripes, yeah. Here when I'm while I'm at this stop, I'll probably check my chat. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do occasionally now and then, check the viewers and the chat. Because every time I alt-tab the way I got it set up, that's why the stream looks like it freezes on your end when I do that. So, probably only check that out when I'm filling up or resting. Or like in this case, at a delivery. See where we want to go. Here we go. I think I've got some of this origin. Okay, I can actually pick based off origin, so I don't have to go as far. Kind of still learning this stuff myself, so what in the world? That's not where I'm at all. What? Maybe I can only go to places I've discovered so far? Kind of looks like that's where it's picking, so I don't know. kind of like picking some that are actually near me to start. Let's get the cheapest paying job, $628. Well, no wonder you're... I don't even know what's going on there. It looks like they're delivering within the same city. That's kind of cool though, actually. Oh, okay. That's cool. I can actually click places that I've been. So that might be why I can only pick where I've discovered so far, I guess. And I can actually pick some that are starting out here in San Francisco. Ooh, if I take this one, none of these are actually that high paying. Wait, I got it backwards again. Let me look. Oh, there we go. Hey, if I pick this one, I can actually check out what's going on and go into Nevada for the first time. That might be kind of interesting, up towards Reno. And it's an interesting looking haul too. That's usually about what I do, just pick the most expensive. I wonder if that's worth calculating though. Oh, it shows you how much you're getting paid per mile. So like, if you look at these two jobs here, one's cars, one's empty pallets, both weighing about the same, go figure. Even though they're both about $10,000, one drives a lot farther. So the pay per mile is actually almost half of what this cars is, so. We're just gonna do this one because it's an interesting looking load and it will take us to Nevada for the first time and go upstate a little more north. When I let's see, somewhere over here I'll probably fill up and rest, but it's, what's the trip time? Let's see. I need to figure out if I can actually do this job because my driver's gonna have to nap for like 8 hours or 10. Alright, it's Friday at 10:29 p.m. and it's expected. Sleep for 10 hours, that's at 8 in the morning, and I would still have another, yeah, I should be able to make that easily because it is considered an important delivery, so I think the time's shorter than some of them, but my driver still needs to rest, so I should have time for that too. Interesting place to pick it up at. It looks like we're actually picking it up at one job site to another. Alright, before we take off, let's see where I want to stop. Whoa, what is this loop thing? That looks interesting. Probably several bridges and stuff, but let's see where I want to stop to. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a while before the next gas station actually. So I think I'm gonna actually go off route just a little bit and get gas over here. What in the world is that turnaround? Am I really gonna have to do all that? There might be a median there. That is gonna like send me really far just to turn around. Until then, I don't know where another gas station's at. I won't be able to make it that far. Truckee, is that a city? Truckee. I wonder if I can make it that far. I don't know if I should risk it. Let's see. Take off this first one. Yeah, that's pretty far up there. I don't know if I can make it. It's almost all the way there. Yeah, I can't make that. This gas station actually looks like it'll be easier to get to and won't take us as far off course, so we'll go to this one. And is there a rest there too? Sometimes there is. No. But I can rest here. I should be able to make it there maybe. Looks like this guy in front of me's got a dozer too, he's hauling. Be interesting to see what this second job destination is going to be like. Just getting started on this one though, so. And I just rammed the hell out of somebody because it wouldn't let me upshift for some reason. Really struggling up this hill. Sorry, whoever I hit. Now it's a red light, of course. At least that part's realistic. You gotta really be in the right gear on these hills when you have a heavy load. I got a really heavy one, so I gotta be basically in first gear. For some weird reason it shifted to neutral and then wouldn't let me shift back into first, but so I kept rolling all the way to 10 miles an hour backward. I should have just tried to brake first, but it's still kind of confusing getting used to the way the braking works on here. Yeah, there we go. Like how I did that. I downshifted a lot better, smoother, and I kind of just kept rolling the whole time there. That way I didn't have to worry about stopping and the light turned green for me. If it didn't, I was still fine because I downshifted in time that time. You can really tell this is a heavy load. Apparently I got a red light passing violation there even though I barely crossed the line. These cops are everywhere. I've already got so many tickets this stream. Oh man, this is a heavy load for this this truck, I think. I didn't really take that into consideration. I've had a 40,000 pound load before. I just don't think I was having to start and stop on such heels. So it's really like making this truck struggle. My driver's starting to get tired. Man, I'm really starting to not like my gas station choice here because I am in this constant red lights and these steep grades are making it tough to get rolling, so I feel like I'm really going slow. pull around this way, that way we can get out of here easy. The rinky-dink little tiny gas station. Look behind me real quick, because you can tell it's a tinier gas station. Don't have as much room as some to. We're filled up now. We're making our rest destination now. Somewhere over here. Guess that sound was me paying for the fuel, because I'm used to that being a ticketing sound, but I didn't do anything there, so. Really hoping I can make it to my rest stop without getting too exhausted, because I have no idea if he's gonna like start closing his eyes or what. Get to rolling. I'm ready to start hitting the interstate. The stop and go traffic with this heavy load is really annoying. If you see that little bed icon in the bottom right hand corner of the screen to the right of the truck and the fuel icon, it's red, meaning my guy's getting tired. Basically at the exhaustion level. It usually fills up and it's blue. You can only rest in designated spots though. There's actually one right up here, and I don't know, it takes me off track a little bit, but not too far. I don't know if yeah, that don't take me off track right here. I might stop there because I don't know if I can make it that far. I don't know what happens. I almost kind of want to do it just out of curiosity and see if it makes my eyes start closing or what, just to get some experience with what happens if I push the driver too far. So we're actually going to be a little risky here and see what happens. It might not be far enough and it might not actually do anything. I'm pretty sure it would do something more than yawn, but I don't know for certain. You are getting tired. You should find a parking place to rest. I am really ready to get out of the city though. I don't know where these cops are at, or if you just get a red light automatically because they got cameras on it. But I just barely didn't make it across that line in time, and I got one. It's just crazy. I've lost money like crazy in these couple trips. Truck is really struggling with this grade, this hill, because we're at such a low speed with this 40,000 some pound load. 44,000 pound bulldozer. My truck's $100,000 truck. Not cutting it right now. Kind of forgot about this, the heavier loads, and probably would have been fine if I was all straightaway, which I might come up on that soon, but I started off in the city with all these hills and this slow traffic. Cool little bridge to cross though. Now going in a tunnel. Oh, it must be a toll for that side of the bridge. Here's my rest stop coming up here, actually. I guess it's just this little parking area right here. They allow it for drivers. Oops, I think I went too far. Here we go. ETA is 6 p.m. right now, right where I'm at, and that's barely gonna get me there in time, so I really gotta get moving. Because all that time it took to get through the city there and to fill up with this heavy load really slowed me down. With the hills we've been dealing with early into this delivery, put a lot more strain on the truck than I realized, and it's really set me back on time. Because I've done approximately a 40,000 pound load before. The tires that I was loading before almost weighed that much, but we might just do some speeding. Take whatever speeding fines they give us. Because we're barely gonna make it at the end. Expect latest time they're okay with. Of course there's a cop going right by as we're thinking about speeding. So I think one actually has to be nearby for the speeding part. It's the red lights and stuff like that and hitting other vehicles that I don't think a cop actually has to be nearby for you to get fined for. Reno, 80 north. Cruising. Realized didn't have my beacons on this whole time. Don't really matter, but I think for a load this big it makes sense too. It's almost an oversized load by the looks of it. And it's so hard to keep these things still with a keyboard. Almost like this guy in the left lane slowed down on purpose. The guy on the right started going faster. Watch him pull over in front of me. That'd be funny. Hey, he's getting off too, so that works. cruise by Peterbilt that doesn't even have a load. Of course, we're doing 15 over the speed limit, so you know. We'll probably wrap the stream up once we get to our destination. So thanks to anybody who's been watching, and if nobody, that's fine. You know, I've enjoyed talking to myself. Downshift because we're starting to really lose a lot of our speed here and starting to bog down some. This bus up in front of us is going very slow too. I can really tell the weight differences though. It's kind of interesting to see that realism with a game of this caliber, though I kind of expected it because it's pretty realistic as it is, but it's kind of interesting to see that on the grades I could really tell that this load weighs about twice as much as the last load did. I could have really used a lot more, probably of either a better truck or more horsepower or something for this one. Turn on the four-ways for a second, might as well. We're dropping down to 25 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour lane highway, so. There we go, we're picking back up speed, so. Our ETA is still within delivery time, so I don't know if it counts how long it takes you to park it, so we got to try to get there. Looking off that water to the side, there's houses and stuff, all the different trucks on the road. Hey, look at that oldie to my left. Truckee, that's still a weird sounding town or whatever it is. I like how the traffic's pretty realistic too, in the sense that right now I'm doing literally 10 miles an hour over the speed limit already, and these guys are still flying past me. Just so it reminds me of my real life daily travels. Like this Mustang up on the left there, cruising by. After this, ooh, I'm getting close on his butt, but when I get time to get over, I was going to, now I done lost a lot of my speed. We're gonna go ahead and get over while we can, because I think once I get my speed back up here, start moving. and of course they end up going around me in the right lane. Well, I lost a lot of my speed there. I was going to try to start hauling ass around them, but the hill came up right as I couldn't get over. Oh, now the speed limit's 80. That was a dramatic change. Whoa! Okay. I am not entirely sure what I hit there. But I'm gonna get back into the right lane because I didn't realize these grades got so steep. And the speed limit's 80 miles an hour and I'm in the left lane. I'm getting into the right now. Gosh, and of course I think that's the beginning of the delivery expectation time. So we're okay, I think. Take the 4 ways off, we've picked up enough speed here. Not sure what I hit back there. It didn't really look like I clipped the barrier, but maybe I did. Did a little bit of damage to the trailer, and I already had 2% damage on the truck when it left. That's probably tires, that could be anything. 2%, that's nothing. I think might have dented the trailer though or something with whatever I bumped. It could have been from backing into that car too. This one's been a crazy, this whole job right here has probably been one of the toughest I've done. I'm barely gonna make it on time. And all this hilly road really threw me off with this weight of this truck, so. My exit should be coming up here now. We're about to show up in Reno. Don't think it's this one yet. We're a little farther than Reno, actually. Cruising now. Alright, now we're coming up on our destination, barely making it. I think their expected delivery time at the latest was like, yeah, 6:51. So we still got a good hour and everything to park it and do all that good stuff. So should have plenty of time. Of course, in-game time goes by fast. I don't know if it's if you're driving at a certain speed or if it goes by fast period, because it seems to slow down for me when it looks like it does anyways. Frog. It looks like Ford, kind of the way the Ford emblem looks like on some vehicle. I mean, yeah, on some trucks. Built Frog Tough. Here we go. I like how the more I drive, I'm getting used to just listening to the sound of the truck and shifting based off the sound. Coming up on 6 o'clock, delivery expectation time like 6:51. Coming up on our delivery site right there. This should be fun. Like to stop it right here, find out where they want it first. Okay, interesting spot. Well, that don't look bad at all. Not bad. Definitely, I think a lot better than the last one. I didn't make that guy go running, so that's good. I'm glad it was actually a relatively easy back, considering that trip was probably one of the one of the toughest ones I've had. A 19-hour in-game drive, quite a bit. Damage penalty, because I did, when I scraped that guardrail or whatever it did, they took a good chunk off of it. So really, considering how difficult that drive was, that payout feels a little low. But I'll take it. We're gaining some money here. I might be able to upgrade the truck soon. Probably do that next time. Take care of the truck, do some maintenance on it, stuff like that. Potentially look into either transmission or engine upgrade for this baby. Who knows? And that pretty much wraps up the stream. We'll catch you next time.